Hello, it's me, Rachel. How is everyone? I hope you are well. I think I'm better. I wanted to record, there's a couple of different videos I wanted to make. And what happened was right after that last video that I made, the at present, I think it was, I suddenly developed this dry cough, which I think has finally disappeared or abated. We'll see if I can get through this without my throat drying up. Anyway, so I've been sitting on a few different ideas, and I thought, now that I feel better, I should just try and do this while I remember everything that I want to say. So we'll see how this goes. So, I found myself faced with an issue that I'm sure a lot of us have. It's the start of the new year, and most of us think about, our goals and what we want to do. I usually begin with my reading goals for the year. Like, how many books do I think maybe I'll read, which isn't as important as, the material you're reading, what I want to learn, what I want to accomplish. Yet I found myself wanting to read everything that I put on my list at once. I found myself suffering with direction. Sorry, I can't talk. With direction. And that's kind of been an issue of mine probably all of my life. I will say, as far as reading goes, once I start a book, even if I don't like it, I have to finish it. It's a principle, if you want to call it that. That's like the only principle I have. And there's other goals that I have aside from reading. There are some other projects, art projects, that I've been working on, and I had to put them on the back burner because I got sick, and so I wasn't in here. This is my workspace. I was in my bed. Just making lists of books that I wanted to read and learn from and study and all that. So, let me get the train back on the track there. I kind of lost my train of thought. This might be a tag. I'm not sure. I feel like this is probably already out there, maybe. Essentially, it's a spread. So, I'm just struggling with what I want to name the tag if I decide to make this a tag, turn this into a tag. So I want to call it, the premise of it is like where I'm at right now. Not necessarily how I'm feeling, but let's be real. Like, where am I? Not, geographically, but where am I? Where am I at right now? And then where do I want to be? And then the third card would be, okay, how do I get there? So what I did was, instead of fanning my cards out and, drawing them intuitively, I picked up a deck, which, Deviant Moon, which I've been loving. And I, just slowly took a look at each card. I do this sometimes. It's part of my practice too. Sometimes I don't just do readings. I just, look through a whole deck and reflect, meditate on things. I took a look at the deck and I tried to just select a card that I felt fit each one of those prompts. So where am I? Where am I at? Like, you could call it problem, but maybe you don't have a problem. I do. So my issue is that my mind is pulled in several directions at once, which is something I've, like I said, struggled with for years. And just, you know, this endless like flow of oncoming ideas and um, just competing thoughts or overthinking, and just like I said, like the mind pulled in several directions. And so for me, I felt that is the Knight of Swords, that aspect of the Knight of Swords, definitely. The mind being pulled in several directions. So where would I like to be? What would I like to achieve? Like, I need focus, focus. And, you know, the will to stay on track once I find that. I want to learn and be creative. And I don't know. I lost my train of thought again, but to me it was obvious. It's Two of Wands energy. Having the control, the daring, energy of will, like that, you know, you can achieve anything. You know, manifestation, it goes along with creativity, and you know, maybe you have to make a choice, which, yeah, I have to do that. You know, taking that step towards what you want, like the, you know, focusing on that. So how am I going to get there? I would like to, like I said, just find that focus and start with something, like a couple of books on whatever topic it is that I want to learn more about, and go from there, instead of having too much incoming. So the third prompt is, how am I going to solve that problem? How am I going to get there? And it might seem strange, but it just seemed right. Seven of Discs, or Pentacles, if you want to call it Pentacles. So I know for some, depending on what system you use, Seven of Discs can have quite, you know, negative connotations. If you're thinking of Thoth, you know, like Lord of Failure, something which seemed to start off on the right foot is, you know, gone awry, you know, unfinished plans, you know. But I just felt, no, this is what I need to meditate on and really, yeah, I lost my train of thought again. So, okay. Speaking of like Kabbalah, Seven of Discs, Netzach, and Asaya, Netzach, victory, is the emotional sphere. And Asaya is the world of action. So with Seven of Discs, you know, Netzach and Asaya, it's asking us to push through our doubts, to achieve our dreams, our goals. Although most of the time those goals are not going to come without some difficulties, obstacles, setbacks. So, you know, that brings to mind, you know, fears of failure, but sometimes that can just be an idea. It doesn't necessarily have to be that you're going to fail. When you're trying to visualize the future, where this is going to go. So, you know, meditate on this. It's a reminder to, like I said, push through, those doubts. And also to take a moment and think, to reflect on, maybe where we went wrong, and to come to terms with that. And that's important to get here. But also how far we've come in our learning. So also Nasak and Asaya is, asking us to find within ourselves, like what works for us, what works for us, our keys to pushing through those obstacles to achieve our dreams. So the other thing is, Netsa, it's, what else did I want to say about it? It gives us the drive, keep dreaming, to make elaborate plans, and sometimes that can be taken negatively, to mean that, you kind of, your expectations were too high. Not necessarily so. Keep that daring and drive, and the only way that you're going to succeed is toil. Like the price of knowledge is toil. And having that faith that you can get through it, having the endurance to get here. This is where I want to be. Two of Wands. Like a firmness of my goal, a firmness of purpose, and focus. That's how I'm taking it. So I'm hoping that this is making sense. So what would I call it? Like where I'm at, where I want to be, how I'm going to get there, something like that. I'm not sure. I just thought this would be fun. I'm just going to lay out some cards from some of my other decks. This is the Tabula Mundi by M.M. Moline. Love this deck. Yeah, I love this. 7 of Discs, by the way. Failure, right? Yeah, there were some other things I wanted to say. I thought I was a little bit more prepared for this. I'm going to try to stop knocking myself every time I make a video. I feel like I'm always apologizing for not having my shit together. But, yeah. But yeah, when I think of the Knight of Swords, I often take the meaning as like a lack of direction. So that's why I feel like that's where I'm at. Here's the Thoth. Dominion and Failure. I really, really love this 7 of Discs. There's just something about the Thoth, like those negative cards, if you want to call them that. Saturn and Taurus. It's beautiful, though. I don't know. And then this one is the Intuitive Tarot. Here's the box. I love this deck. And this 7 of Discs. I see this often in like my nightly meditations sometimes. Something about it just left an imprint in my brain. I know I'm focusing on the 7 of Discs a lot, but that's the premise of it is to get here, to stop being here and to get here, I have to think about this. Yeah. So, yeah, like I was saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to turn this into a tag, but it could be fun. It could be fun. Well, that about wraps it up. I can't think of any closing words, really. So I hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, thanks for watching.